long rest.
Yeah, I think you guys rested up after the big fight and
Yeah.
spent some time fixing things, and we're going out to the Temple of El Mater and chatting with Bellerophon. So you guys had a couple days, I think, of downtime before
Yeah.
going out. So,
Didn't we go to the Feywild too, Mark?
oh yeah,
We did go to the Feywild. Or we were going to.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was a side quest that never happened, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
someday.
but
Yeah.
some of my the build that I had talked to you about, like
Remind
the
me.
clone centers around.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, I think I said you can totally. You can go ahead and like mechanically have that.
Okay.
And is
That's
Gray
fine.
still affected by the shroom thing, or is he like it's in chill right now?
Oh, your
Intermission.
fungal growth.
Yeah,
It's it requires regular administration of magic to keep it in check.
gotcha.
So days that you don't like receive a greater restoration, it might have you give me a Constitution saving throw.
I don't know if anyone has greater restoration.
None of us have greater restoration.
Yeah, probably don't want to let that build up too long.
No, you left Nero in the wrong spot, man.
I think you got some potions though, or something
That sounds familiar.
from the druids.
I
Let's
believe
see
you
what the
did,
note.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, like because of that, I don't know if you want to go to the Feywild. Go to the Feywild because I'll be spending a lot of time in there, and then coming back in the biggest like same amount of time.
Oh yeah, he's got like money to give out to the poor still. So
Ah,
that's I have 5 greater restoration spells.
And
nice.
then I am still working on trying to learn that spell we talked about through my memories, Mark.
Oh man, that was so long ago and so many notebooks ago.
Let
Let
me
me
look
see if
for
I
it
can
real
find
quick.
my notes also.
I just remembered it as I was talking about the clone. Spell book. That spells. It's like a level 8 spell, I think. Demiplane.
Oh, demiplane. And
I
that's where
have one.
you have a demiplane now, and
Yeah,
that's where you're storing your clone?
that was the plan.
Yeah.
But I rolled
Right
real
on.
low on my arcane ability to remember the spell. Well, not real low, but pretty mediocrely.
Yeah.
So you said it would take a little time for me to.
Wait, I could totally pick up greater restoration.
Yeah, that
Sweet.
might be a smart grab.
Yeah, I think I can do that real quick.
Yeah, I'll say that I'll say I mean just because it's been so long, I think, just to make things simpler. Because you need the demiplane spell for the clone spell to work in the manner that you're intending to go with here.
Well, I had planned to put my clone in the demiplane, yeah, but I also wanted to learn it because it had been featured in a reverie.
That's right.
And I want to see if like I put anything in there, unpack the secrets.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Um, Remind me, I don't have the notes in front of me. Do you know if Vitaria was helping you out with that specifically, or was this?
He had gone quiet for a while because using my divinity had kind of
That's right.
exhausted her because she was trying to protect me from, yeah, certain people.
Yes, that I
And
remember.
I keep rolling real low on my charisma.
That's right. Okay.
And Quilla, I was just looking at my notes. Quilla was also going to be sending messages to her family about setting up the transportation network.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that like a lot of that downtime you'd had, like those days had been a lot of that had been spent like trying to do all the like logistical efforts to coordinate like the
Yeah.
trade development that you're working on with
Like I'm
Valkyrie,
getting like
Ketten, and-
contacts of wizards in each city who would be willing to like get the circle established and
That's
like
right. That too. Yeah.
and funding. I'm like getting my family and like their trade connections to try to like get funding from businesses to like invest in it.
Yeah.
Let's just put the campaign aside and play Quilla's trading sim. on it.
I know. Quilla's got like a little like civilization game going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
why
do
didn't you
enjoy.
just buy us an airship, man?
I know, right?
Apparently, the current intra-plane price for that airship is 25,000 gold. So
Jeez. Yeah.
that's how much you guys retrieved from the dwarves.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we have 25,000 gold now?
Xerox and Co. do.
Xerox and
Yeah,
Dang.
Xerox and Co does.
Sarah
Yes.
greedily starts looking at spells again.
How common are airships around the free cities? Like, would we have seen them
There are no
before?
airships.
There are no. Okay, I thought this
Yeah.
was new, but
Yeah.
okay.
There are
There's like
now.
there's like
Before
stories
that.
of them being around like way back in the day, like
Mhm.
ships that sailed the skies, but
Okay.
they're not really around.
Yeah.
Probably some like carnival barkers who have like suspended in a regular sailing ship up and like,
Yeah.
come see.
Yeah. Some wizard who's like customized, like his only spell is one like custom levitation spell.
hmm
Uncovered relic of the past.
And Vocenti was the one who told us about this one?
Indeed, yeah.
Where did he go, by the way?
Vocenti was
I invited him to come.
he was staying with Jacob Incel for a little while, and then was going to head off to take care of some of his own business, as he was rather, he replied to Jacob's summons rather quickly, and seems to have interrupted some of his own business to have done so. So after everything calmed down around Ketten, he headed out. But he did, before going, tell you.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, I didn't know that you were gone. Missed ya. Unless you guys have better notes than I regarding the contact that Vocenti sent you to Scofia to meet with.
Uh,
Did you record that by any chance?
I have,
It was a pirate who made me a vampire.
yeah, named Visigoth. I have that a vampire pirate who darkens the skies above his ship. His reputation is deadly, but not one for wanton slaughter. He may be willing to partner with us to trade for a map if we aid him in gaining access to an island inhabited by snake people.
That's right.
His base on shore is. That's where my notes end.
Perfect.
Yup.
I probably would have tried to scry or do a legend lore on him, Mark.
Ooh, absolutely. We can definitely start with that. Why don't you
Mhm.
will this be the same day? Will you be down this spell slot, or are you just,
It'll be a little bit before,
yeah,
like the day before or something.
it's convenient.
Or well, the scry. No, the scry I'll probably do the same day.
Okay.
Because I can cast mage armor, I can scry, and then I can get that spell slot back, that first level spell slot back. So yeah.
Sounds good. So we'll deal with the legend lore first, as you guys are getting ready to the day before. You guys are continuing to form your plans. Maybe speaking with Xerox and Noose and Beep Boop about meeting each other after the deeds are done. Setting that plan up in this time as well. But Quilla and Noose, or Quilla and Gray, you see Nazira go into one of her strange trances.
So that
Her
make more
eyes
sense.
flash white as they roll back in her head, starts speaking in strange languages that you can't understand.
Gray pulls out a pen to draw a mustache, but Quillen slaps it out of his hand.
Yeah.
It's the legend, the language of pure knowledge I'm speaking in now.
Don't think I need
Hmm.
anything. Do you need to make a roll or anything for your legend lore?
Not
I
for
feel like
mine.
I'm waiting for something. Oh, okay, that's just on me.
Yeah.
Great.
You want me to read it to you?
Yeah, remind me the spell description, please. I feel like I remember it, but it could be useful to have a. I can just also
Yeah, it's not quite the same. It's not the
bing it
same as
real quick.
contact other plane, but name a person or describe name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. It might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or secret lore that has never been widely known.
Interesting.
If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you'll gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. The information you learn
Okay.
is accurate, but may be couched in figurative language.
Yeah, I've got it here. Thank you, Sarah. That was very helpful. Don't forget to burn your components.
It won't.
250 gold pieces worth of incense. Nice.
So I always put the gold in the group pouch. So
All of a
Yeah, but
sudden,
then you make
Xerox's bag is lighter.
yep.
many. So, as you cast legend lore and your consciousness is whisked up and out of your body once again, you find yourself in the infinite library of knowledge of all that has been and all that may be. You find as you are now somewhat more accustomed to this strange place, this strange disorienting place, you see the just like honeycomb of rooms and hallways beyond, and then you can see above you like this, you can see like this whole structure seems to wrap around itself in some impossible geometry, and you can see more rooms above you, like beyond clouds and sky and light, like another ground far in the distance above. You find one of these spirit guides of this place, the faithful of those gods of knowledge that now reside here, aiding those seekers. And it leads you through the maze, like, or the very orderly but like impossible to like understand, the like there's no Dewey Decimal System here, so like understanding like what section you're in is impossible. Like you walk through one chamber and like you see like somebody, some ancient elf telling the stories of their lives and their memories, and the next one is just like some infernal fiery being that you can't even describe in some vaguely humanoid shape that's just like flaring up in flames and like leaving this like charred burn across these like panes of wood that are somehow possibly recording what it's saying in some flame language. It's just like such weird sights in this place, but strange things like that, and then much more often just scroll covered walls and books and leather bound papers. You eventually find a room that has a number of books that quite a few books, and you feel a sort of familiarity with this space, and it feels like you could, similar to the Vataria's little library, you could pull a book off the shelf here and witness it and comprehend it and read that story, that tale. There are innumerable books, some just like a few pages thick, and some just bound encyclopedias of length. You find one that is strangely bound. One side of it is a strange, poorly crafted leather that looks likely to be made of some humanoid flesh. And then the other side of the book is bound in stone.
Hmm.
You take the book, you see just in faint, a cursive script on the front, the name of Visigoth. And opening it, you learn a few things. An ancient one from an ancient city, neither what they seem. Predator more friendly than most, eager to please.
Predator.
And with those lines, you also have an experience of additional information. Give me an Arcana roll, please.
Okay.
What was the last bit? A predator more friendly than most.
Eager to please.
26.
26. You, as you like read these words on these pages, your vision's like pulled into it, and as you're reading the words, your mind is filled with an enormous an enormous city of ringed walls amid the wastes, built on a hill. This seems to be where this person came from.
Hmm.
And with your mind's eye tuned to your goal in all of this, finding that map. You see a clouded sea, or at least a clouded section of the sea, a region that is overcast, a abnormality on an otherwise clear day. And in the middle of that deep shadow, a ship rocking along on the sea. Visigoth is indeed a pirate from a faraway land, and I'll say that you also, with that Arcana roll, you also confirm that he is indeed in possession of the map that you're seeking after.
Okay. Excellent.
So, ready for the teleportation?
Yeah. I don't know anyone in Scofia, do I?
I don't believe so. Not that you know of.
Okay.
Give me a
Then
history
I'll
check
try
if
to
you like.
try on Visigoth.
Okay.
And
That'll be a saving throw, right?
yeah, that'll be a saving throw. Oops. Spells. Let me look it
A
up real quick.
natural 7 is not looking promising for old Visigoth.
Oh, come on, where are you scrying? There it is. Wisdom.
A wisdom. He's not. I mean, your DC is way above. He's got like a, what is that? 12.
Yeah, okay. Did you add all the modifiers?
Are there additional modifiers?
Yeah, so it's
Oh, for you not being
'cause I
familiar with
haven't
them
met
and
him.
stuff.
So it's he gets a save modifier of +5 if you've heard of the target, 0 if you've met the target, and -5 if you know them well. But
Okay.
if you have a likeness or picture,
Yeah, I don't think you
then
have any of those things. So I think the
yeah,
+5 would be the only modifier here. So bring it to a 17.
still not enough.
All
18.
right. It's probably the morning of the day that you teleported your companions to Cragstone and then teleported yourself to Scofia.
Hmm.
On that morning, you uh you uh you see rather a patch of dirt in a otherwise, and the little bit you can see from the scry, otherwise a nicely furnished room. You can
Hmm.
see it rocking. It's definitely within. It's tight. It's it's an enclosed space, likely an officer's quarters on a ship, given what you can see here. And there is a significantly sized patch of dirt in this, like in a box, in like a garden bed almost. That is built with well carved wood and elaborately decorated on the outside with some brightly colored silks. Um, yeah,
Okay. He's sleeping, I suppose. How much does Nazira know about vampires?
well, your friends recently fought some, and you've been staying in a
Right.
vampire house for a little while, so maybe
Forgot
a
about
bit.
that. Yeah, okay. All right, one more thing to do with my spells, real quick. So I was thinking about doing the whole scrying and appearing there, but if it's on a ship, that makes it highly likely we
A
might appear in
mist,
the ocean. So I think
a mist could be extra bad.
I think we'll just not do that. We'll just go to Scofia and hope that I get somewhere in the range of it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Oh, I don't want that. I want prepared spells. I'm gonna prepare spell real quick because I got rid of legend lore for today. Sorry, this takes so long.
Quilla and Gray, in the meantime, do you guys have anything else that you'd like to plan or questions or anything before you teleport in?
I think Quilla is probably like, after the conversation with Belerathon, she was really wrestling with trying to understand her history a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's probably just really spending some time trying to seek out any research she can and on the like on ASMR, like on her ASMR heritage basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have anything specific because I was gonna plan that before and then didn't because I forgot about it. Um, but yeah, so she's just gonna be like trying to research and prepare for that, but it's definitely something that's like very on her mind. Um, and the prospect of going back to the sea is exciting, but also a little intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gray has just been pestering Quilla and Nazira about the ocean, having never seen one before. Doesn't really understand the concept of a very extremely large river, and make sure that they show him lots of pictures of animals that exist in the ocean, and maybe pick up a pop-up book or something from the local library for Gray.
Huh? uh, yeah. There are enough books in Ketten and enough nobles with those books that you could get some zoology or other books describing faraway lands. The pictures of many of these, as like maybe Quilla, you talk about some of the creatures in the sea and that you've actually seen or like seen having been caught and like brought up to shore and stuff. You like go to show them in the book, but then it's like medieval artists when they hear reports of like a giraffe in Africa in a faraway land, they try and draw it and it looks like absurd. It's like
Yeah.
a lot of times that sort of thing where it's like that you're like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. I will like. Let me try to remember. I would say that I probably would use. I don't have a good like illusion spell other than seeming. But before the day of, I would probably cast seeming on Gray and myself and Nazira and give us different like seafaring attire, and like I was like, oh, you might see this and you might see people that look like this, or commonly this is what you'll see people wearing, or this is for this, just so you can familiarize with common seafaring attire.
Give me a history or a survival check also with that.
Okay. I think I'm better at history. Yeah. That was so lame. The 7?
7.
Yeah.
You've heard of some of the like more strange or monstrous creatures and stuff that live out in the ocean. But you haven't seen them, so you do your best to like, yeah, I've heard there's some of these with these like giant gaping mouths and like describe these like maybe even sometimes humanoid monstrosities.
Mhm.
Uh, who knows how close it was? At
Yeah.
least Gray has an idea that such things exist.
Yeah.
For as long as that memory lasts in his head.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Did Gray go with us to the Elfland?
Visiting your family and stuff.
Mhm.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
yeah, because he stole some papers from your
I
dad.
returned it last time though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because then you've seen the ocean through that portal in the
No,
temple.
that river.
Yep,
That big river.
with the big whale in it.
The whale's eye.
Hmm.
Ivy whale.
That would be a sight.
All right.
All right.
Well, you cast teleport the first round, parting ways with your companions at nearby Cragstone Hearth as they journey the last few miles. You made a pretty near shot, got them real close. Seeing the enormous mountain and the highway that leads into it through this enormous opening, you can see water pouring out of it. The sight is impressive. Even from the outside, you can see this far away. You can see just like the first little bit of information of understanding that there's like the top is open to the sky at the very top of this mountain where the Cragstone Hearth is. And you can see just like enormous like gear work slowly churning in the distance of just like hard to imagine the size of the like structures high in the mountain. You can see cascading off of one of them just water and just like an almost unending churning deluge of it into the mountain. Taking in the sights briefly, you then teleport to Scofia. I believe you need to roll a D100.
Okay. All right. D&D Beyond.
So this is a
52.
52, not
Let's see
bad.
where it is. Not real good either, though.
Okay, that's a similar area. So this is a place that you have an associated object, I believe, actually, right?
Sophia?
No, you
I
just
mean,
have a description, I think.
unless Vicente could have given me one. He collects things from places, right?
I mean, he does, and he has all these things. I think he would have given you one. He would definitely
Okay.
have a piece of something from Scofia. Um, so yeah, we'll say
Sure.
that it works. Um, so with a flash of light and a brief gravityless experience, you guys feel the pressure and humidity around you shift dramatically. You find yourselves on a some dirt ground overlooking a city that's grown up around a bay. You can see the city just like is just an eruption of different colors, and you can hear even from this far away like the shouts and calls of just a cacophony of different languages all interspersed in the same place. And the buildings too, and the even like down to the docks and stuff, just like such a smattering or collision of different styles of architecture that are like built and grown up around this bay over the years. And it's all straddling the bay, and beyond to the sides of that and beyond is just this upwardly sweeping hills and jungle around the landward sides of the city, as it looks like, the city's beating back the forest, or maybe the jungle is just intent on reclaiming it. It's hard to tell what stage of this is, but the jungle is overgrown and right at the edge of the city in many places. Um, and the cool air, the smell of the cold air up in the Ketten area is replaced at first with like this sweet, heavy smell of just decaying fruit and vegetation. The smell coming in from the jungle behind you as you look around, but it's a breeze picks up, and that's quickly blown away and replaced by like the salty smell of the sea, a just melange of different spices and cooking that's mostly cooking various kinds of fish. You can smell like frying and baking fish and other seafood in the air, and in the distance under that, just like wafting in like all the smell of rotting, like wherever they're processing the fish, like some of that scent is just like wafting in with it, just corrupting it a little bit. Um, but this is Scofia, a wildly boisterous place right now. You can see the large, if spread out city around the harbor here. Is supported by like a number of docks out into the bay. The landscape kind of maybe like a shape of, or the bay itself is kind of like in the shape of number 8. There's like a larger, wider, deeper portion, and then a smaller, shallower portion where the city is. In that deeper portion, a little bit farther away from you, like out past the water, up by the like as the crow flies. You can see another set of docks and a pier out there. And then far beyond that, you can see a fort on a small island protecting or guarding the approach to the city. And you can just make out at this distance the people working the fish yard out on the island. Even from the distance that it is from the city, still the smell sails in across the water and up over through the city and up into the trees, the smell of fish guts in the sun.
Good smell here.
Yeah.
Gray turns around and starts looking through the jungle brush for new bugs.
Gray immediately just there are plenty of bugs around. You start running off, catching some. Quilla and Nazira, you see this far out, like you're like at the very edge of the city. Um, and as you arrive with by no normal means, I mean, look around and see some of the people here at this edge of the city. You can see some people like returning from the jungle with some like fruits in baskets that they picked. See somebody coming back with like a skinned and gutted animal slung across their shoulder. People bringing in supplies from inland. And some of the poorer folk just kind of like working out here, drying clothes or whatever they're doing out here in the edge of the city. All a little bit shocked to see several people just apparate out of nowhere with a slight like pressure shift as you guys like displace some physical space here, whatever magical means. They like get this sense, like feel it in their inner ears. And many of them glance over and give you a second look. You see one kid just like see you guys and then just like wide-eyed looks at you for a moment and then just sprints off as fast as he can.
Can we
New
see the
bugs. Gray's holding up handfuls of bugs to you guys.
Good job, Gray. What are you gonna call them? Jungle bugs?
Lunch. And he throws one in his mouth.
Nice joke, Gray.
Very nice.
Butt
Gray.
joke.
I mean,
Look
yeah.
at this going around your mouth.
Yummy. Gushy. What?
Mm.
And he hands one to you.
Gray, you bring chaos to a new art form. You make chaos into a new art form.
He throws a bug in with his bug bag.
Can we see the great vortex from here?
The maw.
Ah,
From this far up on the hillside, you guys are probably like maybe 80, 100 feet above, above sea level right now. Looking out, give me a perception check.
okay. Come on, perception.
27.
Nice. And
12.
Uh, is Gray looking for the maw?
Oh yeah, 27.
Okay. Yeah, Gray, you don't see the maw, but you see a bunch of rocks out in the like the very edge of your vision on the horizon. Bunch of rocks out there in a big, area above the seawater. I mean, you don't know what these other two are talking about, but you see that.
Rocks. There. Kind of pointing out to the ocean.
I like
wonder
look where
if
he's
anyone's
pointing.
ever gone down into it, like purposefully, with protection.
That's a maw of darkness?
From what I can tell, it's a great whirlpool that descends into darkness.
No, rocks. I see. The rocks.
Of course, Gray. But
Like something the ships would steer clear of for sure.
absolutely. But I wonder if anyone's like, investigated.
Oh, welcome back or back. Beep boop.
I wanted to tell myself a secret real quick. Sorry.
So imagine you guys make your way down the steep roads that kind of wind back and forth down towards the harbor and the heart of the city.
Yes.
Cool. As you go on, just after that initial, like, nobody bats a sec or gives you guys a second glance after you're in town, aside from like every once in a while looking like, huh, must be a little funny dress for here. But like people you see, like all sorts of people you see, all the normal humans, elves, half elves, halflings, and gnomes and such that you're not are not uncommon in the free cities. But you also see some people that you of races that you've never seen before. You see people that look like they just stepped out of the sea itself and walked on land, like these proud-bearing people that look like their skin is almost scaled like fish in places. Um, you see all sorts of especially among like the street vendors, which are innumerable in Scofia, selling everything from you see like little shops selling obviously like food and treats and drinks and things like this, but also a lot of like supplies for sailing. You even see a couple shops that are at least proclaiming to sell magical sundries to aid the clever explorer, things like potions of water breathing and other things like that of potentially very significant use. All sorts of this, but among like the street vendors and the people walking through here, you also see like hobgoblins and people from the other folks from like more prevalent in the thousandfold braid, making their way around this place. Um, Walking down into the heart of the city and the activity, um, you come down to just like following kind of like the main arteries of the roads, trying to just like trying to make your way into where things are in this place beyond like just the outer skirts of, there's smaller hovels and shacks and things. Um, you see ahead of you a wide road that opens up into almost like a large pavilion area that is covered in variously stationed sets of like tables and chairs. You can see a few like large like rectangular like built barkeeps for people like just handing out drinks and stuff. You see like an outdoor like kitchen in addition to like other places where they are cooking food just like on the streets and stuff in this place. But this you see in addition to all this in this like plaza, you see up above it among like the festoonery of decorations and hanging lights or where like oil lamps would be lit in the dark. There is a sign that reads the mess, and you can see that the word hall is there too, but that's been like it looks like somebody's just like gouged that out or crossed it out, so it just reads the mess now. And indeed this place is just like you see like broken chairs among all these, never been cleaned up. You can see like uh dishes and drinks or cups, all mostly like made out of wood, just on the floor. You can see like one person just like slowly just like sweeping up like all this like loose cutlery and cups and stuff into a large like thing that they like and like pick up and like just dump into a bag, and they like take it back to the kitchen to clean and stuff. This place is not well kept by any means, just like this open air like restaurant kind of that's not really well or like particularly run with any degree of order, and it's just like in the middle of the place, and you can see just like dozens and dozens of people are making revelry here, sitting down to quiet drinks or food, just all sorts of very public and very active place. um
So this is near the docks.
Yeah, it's down near the docks. It looks like
Right.
it's like super accessible. You see like a few fish workers come up in a rowboat, make landfall, and they tie up their boat, and then just like immediately come into the mess and get a few drinks and start having a good time. It's like very accessible. And you can see it's just proliferated by a lot of like working class folks and people are just like in on a maybe in a break from their job or something, and they're just like gonna go get a quick flagon in at the mess. All sorts of people.
I think Gray would be like hitting up all the fishmongers and like poking all the sea creatures. At the same time, want bug gun? Like catching flies and putting spiders and stuff on there, hoping for payment.
They shoo you away like, you buying or you getting the hell out of here?
I poke, 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 poke.
um, you poke and poke and poke all of the strange sea creatures, the fish, and indescribable things in piles waiting to be processed or cooked. You poke accidentally a few people, and then you go back and like run away, scatter as they like kind of like one goes to, like swat you because they like think you're a little kid at first, and they're just gonna like smack some kid, but then they see you're like an adult person that's just short, and there's like they hesitate for a moment, and you just like scramble off. You notice, Gray, the poking here just got a lot better. Everybody in the place got distracted. It went a little quieter, but they're all looking out at sea now. No one's watching you as you go around poke, 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 poke everything you want. Poke to your heart's content, my friend.
What are they looking at?
Yeah. Noticing a difference. Quilla's gonna follow the eyes.
Yeah.
Ray continues poking. And Gray, you poke another thing that looks like a strange sea creature. It's like flopping around on the land on like some of its appendages. You can see this thing still alive, and you give it a good poke, and you can see that it's also like wearing clothes. Joel, would you like to introduce your character briefly or describe what Gray is poking?
Yeah, he is poking some very big baggy clothes. It's like he has to poke a couple times before he hits something, and it's a little wet on the inside. And looking down at him, he sees a big, large, bulbous head of. It has a small little face on the front of it, and a couple eyes that look just a little off. Um, and I'm wearing like a. I've decided to put on like a traditional Hakama garb, like of a samurai slightly, because it's baggy enough to hide everything. And then I'm like, hey, 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 what are you
Ooh,
doing?
you
You
say
Joel, were so easily poked because you too were distracted.
Ugh.
Looking out with everybody else into the harbor and beyond, you see a dark smudge on the distant horizon. You hear a few bells ringing, ding, ding, an alarm perhaps. And Joel, you know what this is. This is
They're back.
This is a dreadnought of the Duergar. Not welcome to pull the ship all the way into the harbor, but they do occasionally send a landing crew to do business. Slavers and slavery is not allowed in Scofia. These Duergar skirt the rules, never doing that business in the city, but it's always an ill omen when they arrive. The inevitable, the great dreadnought of their fleet is on the horizon. An enormous ship banded with iron, unlike any other, said to be unsinkable, impenetrable.
Make the water really cold.
how far away is this, Mark?
Miles out in the water right now.
Miles. Wall of force.
I mean, would we know what this is?
uh, you do not. You have no idea what this is. You know that you got some good poking in, though.
Would
Yeah, I
Quilla
did.
know anything about it since she's done a little trading? I
Uh,
don't think she's ever been to Schofield or Scofia before. She just went like to the twins and back to um the other city, Bizod.
yeah, you know, or at least you've heard rumors that there is like a slave trade that the Imperium doesn't like do this with the free cities because there's no slavery in the free cities. But you know that there is a slave trade out there. You've heard some things. Give me a history check.
Three. Oh, 12.
12. You've heard like as you're like your attention's being pulled out to sea as like everybody else is looking out there, you hear the alarms, you can hear some whisperings from people around you, and you hear the words like Duergar, you hear uh the inevitable dreadnought. That doesn't really make any, that like rings like a faint bell, but like you put enough pieces to know like this is really bad. This is like probably Duergar related, and they have a very bad reputation at sea for sure.
Okay. Duergar related. Say, looks like we've picked a ill-fated day to land in town.
Why? What's going on?
Hmm. The
What is that everyone's looking at?
It's well, I don't know exactly, but something to do with slave trade. Duergars, the inevitable dreadnought. They're not. It's not something we want to mess with if we can avoid it. Slavery is not welcome here, but I think they send a landing party to trade sometimes. They're not allowed in many places around here, anyway.
Do you want to go meet this landing party?
Cool. Was like, well, not really. Do we know if our friend Visigoth has anything to do with this?
Probably not, but I don't know that, but I
Probably wouldn't hurt to keep an eye on what's.
some slavers.
Wouldn't hurt to keep an eye out anyway.
The
What was
worst crime the worst crime that one can put onto another is removing their choice of their will, their free will.
Yeah, agreed. There's plenty of stories on ships about the likes of them. Happy to say that I hadn't encountered them personally, but could be interesting. Doesn't hurt to keep our wits about us and see what we can learn.
What are their ships made of?
Great question. Do you guys feel about a break?
That'd be great. I really have to.
Yeah, me too. Jared and Joel, do you guys think you can make it back a little bit faster than everybody else, and we can have a quick little chat?
Yes.
I will wait in the secrets channel.
Perfect. I'll be back in a bit.
All right, be right back.
Excellent.
Secrets.
Right. Melissa was just showing me what Will Smith did at the Oscars.
What did Will Smith do at the Oscars?
He slapped Chris Rock and told him to shut the fuck up.
What? What was
Apparently,
Chris
I need to
Rock
watch.
saying?
Well, Chris Rock made a joke about his wife's, about Jada's alopecia, and so Will Smith at the Oscars gets up out of his seat, walks up on stage, and badly punches him or pulled back at the last second. I don't know. Maybe he changed his mind about connecting fully. But Chris just watched him walk up to him, and then Will Smith just punched him.
Oh, I've got to watch this little clip now.
Yeah. And then he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
Oof.
So, because Will started laughing at the joke, and Jada looked pissed.
And that's when you
Uh,
know your life's in trouble.
yeah, he didn't have a choice at that point, I think. Because, I mean, you laughed, so I think you got to go punch him, man. You got to make up for it, dude.
Yeah, it's like a weird punch slap.
Yeah, I think he didn't decide what he wanted to do early enough. Oh, man. Fucking celebrities, man. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, G.I. Jane. Oh, I finally heard the joke. Just a bald joke.
Yeah, yeah. And apparently she's not handling it well. I mean, if you're gonna be telling jokes about people's wives up on stage, I guess it's bound to happen sometime.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he was like shouting at him from the stands. The seat.
Yeah. Yeah, the anger looks real.
He took that punch well.
Yeah, just kept on going too. Didn't. Yeah.
Don't let it stop the show.
When I heard that Chris Rock got punched, I just assumed that he would drop like a sack of potatoes. But prove me wrong.
Got a bowl of dinner, so sorry for my chewing there. So welcome to the Secrets channel.
Never been here before. This is great.
Oh, really?
No, I haven't done anything. None of my characters have done anything that has merited the secret
He
discussion.
hasn't died yet.
Oh, yeah, you haven't died in Strahd yet. Your time will come.
No, my time will come. The same. It's gonna come. They tried the hags again.
Yeah.
Just know it.
So I'm not quite sure how I'm fitting you guys in yet, but I did think that like Nazira poking or Gray poking everything that was strange and fishy was a perfect opportunity to bring in the Octopus Man.
So good.
So yeah, I think you can really just like be whatever you want at this point there, Joel / H here.
Oh, his name is Hewitt. I just keep changing my mind on whether or not I'm ready to put my name up there.
Yeah, fair. Um I'll probably have a moment where I describe as kind of a cue for you that you see uh, the tide the tide's call rod in Quilla's possession. That'll be
Okay.
your moment to be like, hey, this is the thing. Um, and still, Jared, I don't know quite yet where I'm going to throw you in. Depends on kind of like where the players decide to go from here and what resources they decide to look into and stuff.
Sounds
So
good.
still a wild card.
All right.
I mean, if I noticed that I had been poked, I might follow his eye line back to where he went, and if I see Quilla with it, Quilla with it, I would
Exactly.
follow her. Just be as sneaky as possible, trying to follow her and see
Gotcha.
what they're up to.
All right. Great. So I feel like not that I shared a lot of information with you all, but ready to go back in.
Wait, what's the Archface's name?
Uh,
Do I know that, or is that not privy to my knowledge? And if that case, that's fine.
yeah, you don't know.
Okay, I just have a feeling I'm going to be asked. That's cool.
You'll be able to describe them because you did see them in that like first memory of yours when you were like being pulled from your world, which shrunk down to the size of a tide pool and then placed in a new one.
Okay.
So you saw the Archfey looked all fancy and elven, had a huge amount of hair coming off their head. Um, Probably like a sea foam color.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And wait, was I in the Feywild or in this realm when this happened?
It's you don't really know. Like maybe for a moment you were in the Feywild, like between worlds or something. You're not really sure.
Okay,
But
so I don't like
you
have a bunch of memories pre.
pre-awakening.
Yeah.
Um, you remember when you were picked up, the Archfey spoke to you and commented on the fact that you were uh the sole survivor of this pool, this experiment, um, this site,
Okay.
and took note of you, found you interesting and your will to survive commendable, and rewarded you with awakening and transplant.
Perfect. Okay, that's all I need.
All right.
Leads to something interesting.
Statistics.
Yeah.
Tell
We
us
all
your
here?
secrets.
Yeah.
So many secrets were shared.
Sworn with sworn.
They
Where
each
did
had
they
to
come?
spill a drop of blood to swear themselves to secrecy. We did it over
Mhm.
Discord. I watched.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Our
ask.
choices are cake or death, and we choose cake.
So,
Oh, Dad.
you
I'm gonna ask.
all, what's that?
I'm gonna ask a bystander where they dock at.
They kind of speak low back to you, like everybody's kind of like speaking in hushed tones at the sight of this evil visage, this evil ship. They say they're required to dock outside the bay. They have to stay outside, out past on the opposite side of the fort island, out where the fishery is, and they can come in from out there.
They bring like rowboats in.
Yeah, longboat.
Longboat. Mark, how big is a longboat? Actually, no.
Uh,
I'll ask him. How big is a longboat?
they can fit up to 20 if you pack them in.
20 feet or 20 persons?
20 people. But they'd be packed in, and they'd be moving pretty slow with that much weight. But got a good amount of them rowing, it can make up for it. And the only pleasure that
Are they double lined or with people, or are they just like single? Or do they have more than one to
what are you asking? They're coming in on one, usually just on one boat. They don't like to come in outside their ship.
I mean in the boat.
Yeah, there's benches in the little boat. You can usually sit 2, maybe 3 across if you're
Oh, it's
small
very
enough.
All right. I'm doing some calculations in my head, excuse me.
Quilla like elbows Nazira and says, Nazira, let's wait and see how this goes. They may not be our problem to deal with.
We could get 12 of them. If they were three each, 3 in a row, we could get 12.
We don't
That would be more than half their force.
want to bring their wrath down on the city if this goes sideways.
He doesn't seem to like them much here.
No. I don't like them much either, but let's not get into a separate fight before we've got our first plans set up.
Gray, could you use wind or water to push them into the maw?
You ask Gray.
Yeah. I suddenly just
Gray
like
is
in
not with you, has like
No.
ran
No.
off poking all the things, and eventually you see Gray being stared down by a strange person.
Yeah, I continue poking and say, "You big river man?"
Do I what does this person look like? Would I have any is there a role I can make to identify them?
They seem to be, as H described themselves, like pretty covered in baggy clothes, so it's hard to get a good idea of like what's beneath that. But you can give me a perception check.
That's right. I forgot he was covered. Sorry about that.
You guys also hear some of the folks around you. One of them says to another, as you begin to see some longboat rowing its way towards the harbor. One of them says, "The only good thing about seeing them around here is seeing the bastards have to row their own ships. Can't bring slaves in here."
Destroyed the longboat.
What? Who are you?
I'm a very powerful wizard.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
What if we destroy the longboat?
That would be a bad idea unless you want to destroy the dreadnought too right afterwards, and then destroy the ironbound fleet after that,
I would love to do that.
all while protecting the city from utter destruction,
Right.
and all the fleets, all the ships out at sea under the flag of some truce. If you want to upset all that, go by all means.
How many ships do they have in their armada?
I don't fucking know.
Nazira, let's focus first.
I am focused.
On the wrong thing.
Focus like a kid in a candy store.
Yep.
Let's go find Gray.
Gray keeps poking the squid man. Big
away with
river
you!
man?
Drag
Away with you,
Nazira
tiny
towards
being!
Gray.
I go find another seat, far away from the tiny man.
I'm looking around trying to identify where Gray went.
Gray, let's
You guys see Gray in the distance harassing somebody, like repeatedly poking them and saying something as they you see once Sir H one time when you're walking away from Gray in a hurry trying to move along as quickly as you can. You like turn back to like swat his hand away as he's going to poke you again and ask some inane question about rivermen. You look back and you see a particular relic and memories long almost forgotten fill your mind. You feel yourself or remember yourself pulled from your world from a tide pool, lifted up high into the air, and then placed somewhere new, all while your consciousness just exploded into further life.
I like put my hand on Gray's head, just like pushing him out of the way as he's poking me, and just am in awe of what I'm seeing and tracking them follow. See where they
Gray
go.
Gray is just running into your hand, trying to poke you with those tiny little fingers.
Shush, shush, shush.
You see two other people approaching you with a somewhat annoyed or paternally concerned expression on their face, perhaps, as they look at you and Gray.
Gray, let's stop harassing this fine gentleman. I am so sorry for our friend here.
That is okay, he
Well-
says without like taking his eyes off of Quilla.
Big River Man. Big River Man.
River,
He's just
what?
pointing at him.
What
Are-
river?
And he points out to the sea. Big River.
The ocean. Yes.
You should come from the ocean.
Well, No, I'm human. Don't I look it? Ma'am, your name, he says over to Quilla.
Forgive us. This is, I'm Quilla Windblown. These are my companions, Nazira.
He cuts
And
you off a
Graham?
little bit. That rod. That
I like just reflexively put my hand on it, kind of, it's like strapped across my chest.
where did you get that?
I've had it
It's
for a long
been some
time.
years.
Let me verify my notes.
Did you get it?
I believe I got it in my sleep. No,
This
not at all.
this was found in Ketten, in
That's right.
the chest that the Whispered Litany had in their room.
That's right. I recovered it. Is it familiar to you? Those who had it before were rather evil.
You serve a Shemidai.
A shimmer who? What? No. But yes, this tide's call rod. The symbol there.
Yeah.
It's very familiar.
You said the tide's call?
Yes. Do you not know its name?
I mean, it's the rod of the Tidebringer.
A great
Is it not?
being once told me. But I should find someone carrying this symbol. What are you doing here?
We find pie rat. Rat made pie.
Made
Delicious.
of
What was
pie
your
or
name?
big pies?
Made of
And
pie.
Who are you, might I ask? Pleasure
Hewitt
to meet you.
is the name.
Hewitt.
Me
Sorry,
Gray.
what was the name?
Hewitt.
Hewitt. Okay. Write this down.
Huit.
Huit?
Correct.
Joel's character. Are you from the Fey realm?
Like the tiny one pointed out, I'm from the sea.
I thought you weren't from the sea. You said you were human.
Well, sea, human, yes, both equally. Look, maybe not here for this discussion, but I'm from around. We'll say that.
So am I.
Excellent.
They're like,
Who are you
pound-
again?
Nazira.
Me, Gray.
It's
Yes.
Quilla.
Gray. The pokey one.
You.
You have no idea.
He's now like poking your hand, or I guess your tentacle on my head.
You can feel the tentacle suctioning, cupping your head. Yes.
Yeah, he is poking the hell out of it.
Can look.
Squishy. So
Can-
squishy.
Can you not? I don't.
He stops poking. It looks like a little sad about it.
I don't. You, yes. Again. What are you? What brings you here?
We're looking for Visigoth. Also, now I want to kill some Duergar, but my companions seem less keen.
Ah. Who doesn't want to kill some Duergar? Filthy slave traders.
I'm just saying wait, not necessarily don't.
Do you claim to have the ability to kill them? Many have
Well,
tried, many have failed.
we're quite powerful. We've just held off an attack on Ketten from hordes of undead. And
Ketten. That is where now?
Free City,
Inland.
north of here.
Down
And
from trees,
west.
North and west.
right of some rocks.
I think I've seen those trees before, yes. And you said you came to find a pirate?
Yes, have you heard of Visigoth?
Have I heard of Visigoth?
Yeah, you certainly would have. Anybody that's been in Scofia for a while would have heard of Visigoth. He's a pretty notable pirate that has a fairly infamous, rather. Doesn't spend a whole lot of time in town, and usually just like his subordinates or crew will make runs to town if they need to. He keeps the title captain, even though he is technically, by some standards, an admiral, since he does have like other captains that work underneath him. But yeah, he's very noteworthy around here. Effective at his job, definitely, and keeps something of a I don't know, words.
Words, exactly, yes.
Yep.
You know.
People know about him. People don't like to cross him.
Many people do know of Visigoth here, yes. The man with the shadowed boat, is that correct? Make a point of avoiding that one.
You know where one might find him?
The sea? He
Well,
does not often make his way here. Sometimes he will find those in his employ.
Do you know where his ship berths by any chance? Or no? No?
I mean, his ship is rarely found here. Like I said, his subordinates, there are many in his fleet. They call him captain, but he's sort of an admiral.
Well, captain is the more dashing title, isn't it?
And it comes with a better hat, I think. Admiral hats. So much floof. But anyways. Why are you looking for him, and what is your plan?
Well,
we need to collect an ancient elven relic that he has in his possession.
We're hoping we can make a bargain with him, I suppose.
Excellent. So you all are very loose with your information. You either must be very powerful or very naive. But anyways.
What, you said you were told to see someone with a symbol? Why? Who told you that?
A great person. A wonderful lady. Beautiful. Fine. Wonderful. I believe she's the reason I'm here.
And who is she?
Great question. I only ever got a glimpse of her in small memory. But what I do remember, I was told to seek the one who would carry the symbol of them and to help. And while I owe much of my life to her, I've always kept an eye out. Didn't know it would come at the end of pokey, grubby fingers, but here we are.
And where did you meet this woman?
Please hold on one moment. I grab a cup of water and dump it on my head a little bit, spilling it slightly on the floor. Better. What was the question? Get a little dry. What was that? Sorry.
Where did you meet her?
Well, from what I recall, I was in my home, in a pool of water, and there she was. Don't can't really tell you a location.
So you do come from the sea.
Yeah. Memory's a little hazy before meeting her. I feel like after her was a whole new world. Memories, these moving things, can carry me in all sorts of ways, and I'm here. I know
Amazing.
it's very strange.
On the contrary, it's quite fascinating.
They
Big
said I was a
river
very
memory.
survivable one. What was that?
Ocean.
Big river smart. May be helpful.
Yes, the ocean. Oh, me. Smart? Thank you. Kind. Gray it was.
Me gray. Bug?
Excellent.
And he holds up one of the new jungle bugs he's got.
I reach out a tentacle and take it very quickly and shove it into my mouth. But to get to my mouth, I kind of go underneath one of the flaps of the comma to get to it and put it in. So basically, just the bulb of my head is there with a fake face. If you
Eat
look
with
really
butt?
closely, you can see my eyes peeking out around the neck.
Eyes around the neck. Right.
I'll show you a picture later. It's fabulous.
Yay.
All of it.
Send her a picture.
No, I don't eat with my butt.
Are you are you here? Are you from here, Scofia? Or
Well, I've been here for some time.
Mhm.
I work when I can, out at sea.
are you assigned to a boat now? Or do you sail with the same crew?
Just got in. Seems I've reached the end of my employ. Just in
If
time, too. It was getting a little hectic out there on the seas.
How help us?
How will I help you?
Yeah, how help?
You know? I don't know, but if you'd allow me to, I'd love to at least follow and lend my aid where I can. I can do things well, this might be a long day, but never mind. I can do things. Trust me.
All right.
what kind of things? I suppose I'm inclined to trust you since we've, as you've mentioned, already been rather trusting with our information.
Yes, it was very surprising. I figured it would take a little bit more cajoling to get information.
I mean, there's nothing I like more than to talk about my own knowledge. So.
Check one in the overconfidence pile. Excellent.
Can I make an insight check, however?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Perfect. 9, better than my perception check, which was 6, so.
Hewitt, go ahead and roll a perception or deception. No need to tell us which. Or a deception or persuasion, rather. You got a 9, Sarah?
I got a
0?
9. So good.
Oh
So
man, my persuasion score is wonderful. I mean, my roll was wonderful. I rolled a 2.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
I mean, I am. What are you trying to incite?
just like if you mean any danger to us, or if you're trying to trick us or anything like that.
Oh, I'm as truthful as I could be right now.
All right, wonderful.
I saw that sign, and that is pretty much. I know one thing, and it's I'm supposed to help the person that holds that sign. Listen, I'm pretty good at fighting. I have studied long and hard in the ways of hand-to-hand combat.
Know
Very
your way
mean
around a
punch.
boat as well.
Oh yes, and the boating. If you are taking to water, I can at least perhaps help get you on a ship. I'm a
That'd be
great
nice.
salesman.
A great salesman, you say? My family is in trading. Oh, you mean salesman? Like,
Nah, yes, on the boats. I work on the sails. Help patch things up, you know.
indeed.
You trading
Everyone,
company. Excellent. Interesting.
yes, yes.
Capitalism.
My family has worked in trade throughout the many of the free cities, the western ones mostly.
Ah, do they have trade routes here? I mean,
Mm,
shouldn't
Not
they?
here to Skopje. Have you ever sailed between Bazan and the free cities, or Bazan and the twins?
Once or twice.
Yeah,
Ex-
Windblown Trading.
I believe I've heard of them. What's that symbol look like again?
I hand him a business card. A little like.
I stow it away and grab
Yeah,
another glass of water and dump it on my
sorry.
head.
You put another glass of water in your head.
Gray has now lifted up your comma and is like trying to shove a bug up there to see what's up there.
I like hit you. Oh, I'm gonna hit you.
You need to go for a swim.
What did I roll to attack? Hold on. I'm attacking your friend. It's gonna be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. I don't want to do the damage, but I mostly want that wonderful key point for a stunning strike. Make a wisdom saving throw.
16.
Damn it. Your muscles tense, but you do not succumb to that. But you do take a little bit of damage. Yeah, we'll go with 6.
Friend, I.
Not nice. Not help. I
Listen.
slap you back.
If you could stay out of my clothes, that'd be great. I don't know what you expected.
Let's not invade other people's privacy, please.
Yes, great. Give him a little space, okay?
Like takes a couple steps back and glares at him. Not help.
Well, I was told to help the one with the symbol. Sorry, my friend. Next time, grab the rod.
I cower behind Quilla.
Would you like to take a swim? Hewitt?
Yeah. Swim sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
You seem to be needing some water with the number of
Uh-oh.
times you poured water on yourself.
It's more habitual. I can be on land, no problem. It's just I feel a little better when I'm moist.
Right.
Moist.
Activity around you seems to be picking up again as people are aware, and the excitement and nervousness of the arrival of the Duergar is hitting just kind of like a plateau. People continue going back to their drinks. Everything is a little bit quieter now, though. And indeed, the longboat is nearing its approach to the dock and momentarily will arrive. Still some distance from you guys. It's heading to a farther dock than you are right now, maybe like 100 yards down the way here. There's a lot of stuff between you and there. A lot of, you can see another just enormous building that looks to be just like a big multi-room place. That's You can see a sign outside that just says beds and buckets, and then in fine print, find like a smaller text that says flop house. There are a few other restaurants and things that you see like pretty like well advertised on this like main drag of the place along the harbor, and along like the majority of the docks and stuff where a lot of the coming and going is. You see a few other places. You see a place called like Double Rations, which is another restaurant, a little bit nicer than the Mess, which is just this big open dirty space that's not kept up by any one of the bars or providers of services here. So they all just kind of do a little bit here and there, but it's just messy. You see even like down by the dock, like there's somebody, one of the employee that was earlier like sweeping up just like cutlery and cups and stuff into a big like basket that they can then just dump in and take back. Then you see them now down at the docks like with a big net, just like pulling up a bunch of like other silverware and like flagons and things that have like fallen into the water, and just like pulling it up out of recovering it from the water itself. And now you realize everything's made of wood because they can just pull it up when it falls into the water inevitably, or some drunk stumbles in and loses their meal. And he hatches it across his back, walks back into the kitchen to start cleaning this stuff again. Um, a lot of activity around this place is beginning to pick up again. So you guys know that you want to get the map from a vampire pirate that doesn't really come to town. Hewitt said that he the vampire they usually have, at least, or frequently have, some representatives or lower ranking officers or whatever in town on occasion or on supply runs and stuff. So you could try and meet up with a representative of that vampire. There are also plenty of shifts out here. You could see if you could just go rent the services of one, and just set out and try and find a cloudy spot on the sea. You can do a lot of different things. There's a lot of different places here to look and find out more information. But the Duergar make land, and you guys are still out here in the opening, kind of like meeting your new companion and figuring out what to do next. You are still just, like I said, just standing out in the middle of the plaza restaurant space area, like with the docks nearby. There's a lot of like people just like coming around. A few people like bump you as they walk past. It's just not an ideal place to have a long conversation. So what do you guys want to do?
Start asking around about our friend.
Yeah, I think we should ask around and see if any crew members or lieutenants have been to town lately or are expected.
I imagine word about the strange folk asking about them will probably reach their ears before we actually find them.
That's true.
Find us.
Is there a quartermaster of the docks, or a dockmaster of some sort?
Hewitt, you would know that there is indeed a dock master.
And are are the pirates like allowed to come into this port?
Oh, we deal with them, but they're not allowed to dock here. Everybody has to do business.
The Duergar are not allowed to bring any ships with slaves on them into the harbor, nor any of their warships.
Mhm.
But the other pirates and privateers come and go as they please.
Okay. It's not like a, port that's outlawed piratery or something.
I mean, it's pretty dependent on piracy to
Yeah.
some extent.
Okay. Yeah. I would say let's go ask the dockmaster,
Okay,
perhaps.
awesome. You start working your way across the docks to you do find like one person who's seems to be in charge of these like smaller docks here near the center of the town. And asking after them, they say dock master. No, not me. I just help the comes and goings here. Dock master's over at the shipyard out across the long ways. The big docks, the big ships out there, can't miss it. Just follow the smell of hot pine and tar.
Ooh, before you go, know anything about uh Visigoth and his crew? They been in town lately?
Looks at you kind of sideways, says, I reckon everybody knows a thing or two about them, but most people know better than to go talking, letting loose lips go flying free about them. What business do you have with them folk?
Yeah, a business proposition for them.
Hmm.
Curious if an arrangement could be made. But just if you hear the right word, or if you know the right ear, perhaps you can pass that along. And I flip him a gold piece.
Okay. You can give me a persuasion check.
Oh yeah. 14.
14.
Man, I'm really terrible. Plus 10 to persuasion.
Oh, look, I'm not about to go talking out of turn. But when Visigoth's people are in town, you can also often find them down at the officers' quarters.
The officers' quarters. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your knowledge, and thank you for your time. And I just flip him a second gold. Should try to leave it as a positive relationship.
Yeah, 14 or no, 2 gold is a healthy amount of friendly bribery. So he takes it and pockets it quickly before, he does it with like a quick, swift motion, like somebody
Mhm.
well practiced in hiding money that they're handling or acquiring.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be showy about the gold. I would kind of, I realize that it's an open market where there's plenty of people about, so I don't really want to go showing off the money.
Yeah, he says, thank you. And didn't hear it from me, of course. But if you need anything I can do for you down here at the docks, if you have, I don't know if you have any ships coming and going, but I get you privileged berth or anything if you need it.
What was
What was that?
what was your name?
Oh, my name's Harry.
Harry. All right, Harry. Thanks.
Harry, might I ask where one might procure a spyglass?
Yeah. Well, shanties and sundries. Has lots of the gear you might find like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Seagoing stuff.
Also, can you invest in ships and their cargo and the trade? Quilla, you might actually be the one to ask this. I would like some income while I'm wandering these human lands.
You
Yeah.
Tells.
Quilly, you would know that shipping is no small endeavor, and especially like things like new shipping routes and like doing all that sort of stuff, making new routes and establishing new contracts and things. Like all that's very expensive and very risky, and they're ship captains or especially shipping agencies are often looking for seed money, buy-in, things like that.
Potential investors.
True.
I like clap a zero on the shoulder and say, if we were in Bazan, we could you could invest in windblown trading. But
Well, certainly. But it is good to diversify, right?
certainly laughing, just like over on the shoulder. Just
Just realized because I don't get the money that you guys get from the mine job that you did. So,
Mm.
I figure if I'm going to be spending more time in human lands, then I should probably, take care of my
invest a bit.
financial situation a little better than
Jared, if you don't mind.
Whoa,
Whoa, goodbye.
hardcore.
Whoa, yeah.
Kidding.
He just got abducted. Jared's been kidnapped, everyone.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
He's been Jared napped.
All right, back to how to kill the Duergar.
So I think I have a plan. I think
Yeah.
what I'd like to do, because I could turn into a killer whale, is I could sail out to the ship as it
I
sails
brought
back.
Jared in there and it broke him.
Oh no!
Oh, he's back in there.
So I
Okay.
could turn into a killer whale and then try and capsize a ship as I jump up and land on it.
I could also be a killer whale.
Oh man, double killer whale?
Blue whale.
Yeah, let's both sail
Yeah.
out and try and capsize the ship as it comes back with supplies.
Let's do it. Hello, want to be a whale with us?
Maybe maybe wait till they're a little further out at sea.
Yeah, I mean definitely like not close to town, and
Yeah.
we're animals. You can tell.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts, anyways. If you still want to take them out,
Oh, absolutely.
I like it.
I don't think it'll stop them, but it'll definitely slow them down and be an inconvenience.
And then they can't blame you because I mean, killer whales don't just jump on ships.
Yeah.
Killer
Yeah.
whales and another blue whale.
And the blue whale?
It's weird. It's like the killer whale's chasing the blue whale, and they both landed on there.
Yep.
That's just bad luck.
Just bad luck.
These things happen.
Every once in a while, whale
Can you
jumps on a
cast your
ship.
wild shape, Gray?
What's that?
Can you cast spells with your wild shape yet? Or
No. I could
Or with-
cast spells that don't require No. I can cast spells that require concentration. So I could do like a storm, but that would be pretty obvious that just happened.
I was thinking, the wave that comes
Ah.
in. We could capture them and then the wave could come up that side. Oh well. That'd be pretty great.
I mean, realistically, I could like swim out there, turn into gray form, cast a spell, turn back into the whale, and swim away.
True.
I mean, it's only 25%, but it's a chance.
It's a chance.
But it'd be pretty weird that like two whales happen to land on a ship, and then all of a sudden a tidal wave hits their ship.
I think it'll be fine.
Of
mean-
the place that Visigoth's crew go, was it Captain something or the
Oh, the
Captain's quarters or something?
captain's quarters?
Officers' quarters.
Officers' quarters. Okay.
What secrets?
Mark, we killed the Duergar.
You're killing them all?
We did.
We already did.
Oh, nice.
All done.
Congrats. You've started a war.
Yep.
We did it. Mission successful.
Started a nuclear war. All
Yeah,
good.
Perfect.
No worries.
on point.
So the dock worker returns to their work, directing boats coming in and out, making sure nobody's going to destroy or damage the docks improperly with improper usage or anything. You guys are talking about Nazira's asking Quilla there about, got all this money, why don't I invest it?
Hey! All of a
Around for
sudden, you react to someone just within 6 inches of your face. Just locking eyes with Nazira, because she was asking about the money, and just saying, "Hey, you want to do something with your money?"
where did it come from?
I'm sorry, say that again.
You just appeared.
Well, I
Name?
overheard, and I wanted to help.
What was your name?
My name, Jolas.
Jolas?
Jolas.
What does Jolas look like?
You see in front of you a humanoid. He's dressed in some very well maintained leather armor with a kind of a duster coat over the top of it. And he has about 3 piercings on each ear. But the main feature that you'd be focused on is the mangled right side of his face, from which seem to be projecting, sometimes seeming like tens, other times seeming like hundreds of small spines, and some of them get really big and project out. There seems to be constantly moving.
Mangled side of face.
And also the right eye is very cloudy, but you can tell that there's sharp vision behind it.
Gray starts poking him. Big river person?
He means the sea.
Jolas will I'll attempt to slap Gray's hand away.
I like.
I'm said about respecting people's privacy.
I'm gonna slide my tentacles over and grapple Gray and like start pulling him back closer to me. I can see I'm going to have to be helpful here.
The impudence! The impudence!
I apologize for my companion.
What was that, sir?
I apologize for my companion. He lacks some degree of inhibition, so we have to bear with him.
Quilla gives an appreciative nod to Cubit.
Regardless, guys, keep hands to yourself. But I do know someone who can help you if you want to make some money.
Oh, do tell.
I do some work for these guys, you know. They give me jobs, and they don't care how I look. They're at Brasswork and Angler Expeditions. I can show you.
Brasswork and Angler Expedition. Have you ever heard of them, Aquila?
Quilla, ever heard of them?
Give me a history check.
Sure.
Sounds like a fishing company.
9.
9. You haven't. And in fact, like, what Brassworks and like sea expeditions have to do with each other, you don't even know. Like, you don't know what this is about.
Yeah.
What manner of work have you done for them?
Well, I think it says it in the name.
Not Do you fish? Are you a fisherman?
Sometimes, if they need it, I'm a much better swimmer than them. You see, the gnomes are not so good at it.
The gnomes, are they?
Yes, yes. Shoot, not supposed to say that. Sorry.
Wait,
Not you, them.
not Yuda.
Not you, them.
Okay.
I'm apologizing to them because I'm not. I would never apologize to you. I don't know you.
In that moment, as you say, I would never apologize to you. Nazira steps aside for a moment, and you can see Quilla.
Oh, jeez, and drops to the ground and is just prostrated before Quilla. It's the sign. The sign. The sign. They told me to look for. They look for the sign to help, and then I can live. But I must help the sign. You have the sign. I help you. Come with me. I can get you money. Come with me. Come with me.
Wait, what?
This sign. I hold up the rod.
He refuses to look at it and will kind of backs away, looking at the ground, kind of like bowing with his hands.
Stand up. I don't want to draw a scene. I
look around. Are we drawing a scene?
You are. And in fact, as you've been engrossed in this conversation, a surprise visit by this strange person, the cadre of Duergar are marching nearby, and you hear one of them shout out in your direction as they see this new person like bowing and prostrating before Aquila. One of them like kind of shouts like, "We got a natural born one over there. You want to find a new home, do you, boy?"
Wall.
Force wall? Are
He's
you
well
trying to
Doma Force.
make a blockade? You trying to trap them?
Circle them around with their
All right.
You gave her what she wanted. Now we're at war.
And at 9 o'clock, that sounds like a great place to stop for the evening.
No.
World War Free Cities.
Were they talking to? I still can't. Jared, I need you to spell out your character's name.
Joel Ass.
Okay. Joel Ass.
Joel Ass. Okay, perfect.
I had
I think it's JOHLOS. So Jolos.
All right.
I say.
I'm gonna spell
pronounced it
that Joel
wrong.
Ass.
I wrote down joyless.
Joel Ass. But it's Joel S. Replace the O with an A at this point. It's absolutely what it is now. SUG Sagolmath. But you don't need to know that yet. Of the Tainted Pool. But your characters don't know that yet. You can't ask me about it.
SUG.
SUGHOMATH.
I have so many questions.
All in good time, sir.
Well, awesome. Welcome to Scofia. Arriving with a splash.
Yeah, a little more one than than Quilla wanted.
More than what Kevin
Nazira is
wanted.
just out here.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then they
It's
just
been a
come up
while.
and start harassing him.
Uh,
It's not a damaging spell unless we make it one. So, you know,
We
Yep.
can talk our way out of it, clearly.
totally just, you know, keep them constrained for now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad for them. I don't. If we go murder hobo, well, I guess that'll happen.
Yeah.
Every
But
group has to at some point, right?
Went against slavers,
Right.
no problem.
No problem. It's like, no, we're not taking prisoners. Sorry.
Guys, but both sides.
Uh,
Yeah, number of fleet, you know, number of boats in their fleet. I can extract it from their grubby little minds.
Yeah, and they just hunt them down one by one
Yep.
across the seas.
oh
Every
my
time
god.
Duergar gets a new goal.
Yeah.
Genocide. All right.
And also
Well,
new things she can add to her things that she wants to use Bush for. So that's well. I'm sure they will all work perfectly.
Just use wish to like Thanos snap all the Duergar.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, man.
Uh, I could see nothing wrong with it. What could possibly go wrong?
All of creation just stops over this part
Yeah.
of the prime material world.
Just like,
Oops.
oh man. All right, guys, time out. We're gonna have a meeting.
No, but I was thinking like I could use it to be like, I wish the Duergar could no longer practice slavery.
There you
Good
go.
GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty.
for real. Underpay somebody to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Duergars are like, fine, I guess we'll just be capitalists.
They'll stop practicing it and become professionals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 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 Step up to the major leagues. All right. So we're about to start a world war. And yeah.
You're
Good night,
welcome.
everybody. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Pleasure.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thanks for sticking around for your grand entrance at the end there, Jared. That was great.
Oh my god. I was thinking about how I was trying to really hard to think about how to do a -6 charisma. So a 6 charisma, not a
Oh
negative
my
6,
god.
-2.
Well
Nice.
done.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So
fun.
I watched Afterlife, so I'm also channeling some of that too. So
Nice.
if you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty good. All right. Have a good
Really
night, guys. All right.
Right.
On this
Back to Elden Ring.
Enjoy.
ride.
Don't die too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Night, y'all.
Have fun. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye.